So.
All right, I'm going to call to order the February 13th, 2025 Special Events Advisory Committee meeting. It is 2:00 p.m. My name is Grace Poirier. I'm the city clerk. With us today on the committee is EMS Coordinator Kevin Gargan, Fire Inspector Tom Sayas, Assistant Police Chief Joe Fitzgerald, Building Commissioner Rob Vicari, Food Inspector Sophia Vorese, and Harbor Master Chris Lucido. Absent are Joe Lucido and Alex Koppelman.
Alex just said he was on his way.
Okay. All right, so the first item on the agenda is the approval of the January 2nd, 2025 minutes. They were sent out to the committee. Did everyone have an opportunity to review?
Yeah. Yep.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve January 2nd, 2025 minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? 7 in favor, 0 opposed, and absent. The next item on the agenda is special event number 25-10, Gloucester Student Arts Festival, to be held on May 17th, 2025. The applicant has asked us to take up that matter out of order because they're going to be a little late in their arrival. So without objection, I will move that one to the bottom of the agenda and take up special event number 25-8, Cape Ann Jewish Cultural Festival, June 8th, 2025. Is the applicant here? All right, the applicant is online. Hi, Evremi.
Yeah, hi.
So can you tell the committee about your event, please?
Yeah, sure. So we would like to. So you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So my name is Rabbi Evremi Rajcik from the Chabad Jewish Center in Cape Ann, and we would like to host a Jewish cultural festival on June 8th in Stage 4 Park.
And your application says that's on June 8th, from 12 to 3.
Correct.
Does the committee have any questions about the event?
Just looking.
Will there be any vendors at this event?
Yes.
Food vendors or product vendors?
Both. That's the plan.
Okay, so if you are selling food, then you'll need to reach out to the health department. And if you are having vendors who are selling products, then each vendor needs to apply for a transient vendor permit, and that application is online on the city clerk's webpage.
Some tents too.
Okay.
Tents.
And the applications have to be signed off by the applicant as well as the event organizer, which would be yourself, and then they're turned into the city clerk's office, and they need to be turned in, I believe it's about a month in advance. But if you have questions about that, you can reach out to me directly. And
I'm just wondering, does it depend what the vendor is selling?
no, what would the vendor be selling?
So we will have a food vendor. Obviously I don't have a confirmed yet who that food vendor will be. But I do want to open up non-food vendors to kind of anyone who would like to have a stand, almost like what you see by other festivals, whether they're selling art or any other handcraft items or anything, kind of open to anyone who wants to participate to have a stand.
Yeah, that type of thing would need a transient vendor permit. They're $25 per applicant.
And that needs to be a month in advance.
About a month in advance, I believe the ordinance says. I don't have it in front of me. If you need a little more flexibility with that, though, you can reach out to me directly. And so how close to the event are you thinking you would not know? Because the applications have to be signed off by the police department. The licenses have to be prepared by my department. I have to sign off on them, so there's some time involved with that. So they do need to be in, hold on, I'm looking up the ordinance.
Okay, well, I don't know yet how long in advance. If however long you tell me, I will tell. I'll put it out there that I need an answer. You know, I guess it would be a month in advance if anyone wants to be a vendor.
And are any road closures involved needed for this event?
No,
And is this being covered by the temple's insurance? The liability insurance?
we could have it. We will add it to the insurance. Do you need it specified who the what is being covered in the insurance?
Yes,
Okay,
if the city of Gloucester is the certificate holder.
okay,
And that would need to be uploaded to your online application.
okay.
Rob, do you have any questions about the tent permits or anything?
No, it's just, if you do have any easy ups or any other tents, a tent permit will be required through the building department.
Okay, how detailed of an application is that for the tents? You need like exact
You
specification?
know how many tents you're gonna have and roughly where they're gonna be at stage 4. Which end of stage 4 are you planning to have this event at?
In the large area, near the waterfront, like the flag area where all the other festivals take place, where like the waterfront festival takes place.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Doesn't seem.
So the vendors need a permit plus another permit for having
So
a
the-
tent.
The tent can be done as one group, as one permit, just stating how many tents you're gonna have and the size of them.
Okay. Okay. And does a stage need a permit as well?
Yep, the stage will also need a permit. It's
Okay.
also on the same tent permit. You'll just pick stage and it's a drop down.
Okay.
Those will need separate permits, one for the stage, one for the tents.
Okay.
So are we comfortable moving forward with this without a DPW representative?
Have you met with the DPW yet and got permission to use?
So
Stage-
I chose this date because this is the date the DPW was able to hold for me.
Okay, because they have not signed off on your application yet.
Yeah.
And they're not here, so I can't ask them whether what's
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, well, I called them. I had a different day, and then they were able to confirm. They told me that this date is on hold for me.
Okay.
Okay with moving forward with it,
think we are.
unless anyone else-
I'm okay with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
do we have a motion to approve?
Okay, motion to approve special event 25-8, Cape Ann Jewish Cultural Festival, June 8th, 2025.
I second.
Any discussion?
So can I just ask? So what do I need to apply for a permit for the stage and for the tents and for each vendor?
Correct.
Is that all I need to do?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, there's a motion on the floor. It has been seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. The vote is, any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. I want to add that the Community Development Director, Alex Koppelman, has joined the meeting. Next is special event. Oh, thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Next is special event number 24-72, Battle of Bunker Hill, to be held on June 21st and 22nd, 2025. Is the applicant here?
Yes.
We are.
Can you,
We can find out when we go. We'll find out.
You have, if it's helpful, we have a presentation. If it's not helpful, we don't have to do it. Perfect.
who are you logged in as?
Uh,
First, let me just ask, the committee wants to see a presentation, correct, on this?
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Who are you signed in as an
I actually
attendee?
don't know what we have as.
It was my Zoom address.
Yeah, it was a Zoom link.
Right, but someone's, if you're
That's it.
logged in as an attendee.
Eric has raised his hand.
Eric,
Oh, okay.
Eric, thank you.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna promote Eric to a panelist so that he can
Okay,
share his
thank you.
screen,
There we go. Perfect.
and you should be able to join at that
Okay.
point.
Just a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, George Washington didn't have it.
I know, exactly, right. Oh, yes, I don't know if
This is not indicative of our abilities
Yeah.
to have a smooth event.
Luckily, this is not the technology we'll use. Sorry, maybe just to kick off, first of all, thank you for having us and listening to our application. I think before you see a whole committee that's been working on this event for, 12 months now. The event that we're talking about holding is actually a reenactment of the 250th reenactment of Battle of Bunker Hill. On June, actually 20th, starting, it's the Saturday and Sunday, so the 21st and 22nd are the event dates, although we'll talk about the schedule. We'll want to set up earlier if possible, so we can
And just for the record,
Yeah.
it's Eric, what's your last name?
Chetwynd, sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Thanks. Do you want to
Say who else is
Yeah.
here.
Okay,
So I'm Jonathan Lane. I'm Executive Director of Revolution 250. We've been working on the 250th anniversary of everything since 2015.
And I'm Annie Harris, CEO of Essex Heritage, and we work across Essex County on events and educational programs and trail development, things that promote the history, cultural, and historic and natural resources of Essex County. And we were asked to assist this group in finding a place for the reenactment. And we worked up in Gloucester with a number of people here, and we were encouraged to look at Stage 4 Park as being really a perfect venue for this recreation of a battle. So thank you for having us today.
I'm Ryan Connery. I'm Program and Event Manager with Essex Heritage. So everything Annie said.
Michael DeGosser, wearing two hats today, Executive Director of Maritime Gloucester and also Board Chair for Discover Gloucester. I'm excited.
Front Ringo Tar, helping them out.
Doing everything.
all right.
It is just worth noting that Ringo's ancestor
Oh,
helped out the
Yes.
original Battle of Bunker
That's
Hill
true.
250 years ago. So we appreciate your.
There's also a whole committee of behind us of reenactors and various organizations that have really come together, put this together. This is just a highlight from that. The group that's come before you today really has put together events like these up and down the Eastern Seaboard. We've worked with the National Park Service, Fort Ticonderoga, Newport Historical Society, Vermont Historical. So various areas, we have a lot of experience kind of putting these together. And that's the group that you have before you. And so really just in summary, what are we talking about? We're talking again, June 20th, set up on the 20th. The event would be the 21st and 22nd here at Fort Stage Park. We're talking about bringing several hundred reenactors, participants who will provide living history for visitors to the park that day. essentially recreating some of the experiences around Bunker Hill and to tell that story, share that on the 250th anniversary of Bunker Hill. It's a sentinel event, as I'm sure everybody here learned in history, right, to the American Revolution. This is our opportunity to do that. Little primer on why Stage 4 Park is probably the more important point here. So the Battle of Bunker Hill obviously took place on a hill. Charlestown was a peninsula at the time. Much of the action that actually happened, there were obviously soldiers, British soldiers that attacked Americans, et cetera. But much of the action was also shipboard, right? There was a fleet of ships sitting in the harbor, they bombarded the hill, soldiers landed, and et cetera. So really, as we went looking for a location, first of all, physically, Stage 4 Park does a great job of representing that same kind of scenario and enabling us to tell those programs. There's also a lot of history tied back to Essex County. Most of the soldiers on the American side who fought at Bunker Hill were from the North Shore, right? North Shore of Merrimack Valley. So this is actually, even though the battle didn't technically happen here, the folks who were here in town and in this area went to fight at Bunker Hill. So that's another real important reason we wanted to be able to tell the story here in Gloucester. Lastly, and not to say least, why not Charlestown? If obviously Charlestown has a big monument on top of the hill and then lots of people who live right next to it. So you couldn't possibly really do this type of an event there. There will be activities happening in Charlestown as well to celebrate the 250th. Let me skip ahead here. So let me share a little bit about the program that we're talking about. We want to represent multiple aspects of the history. One is certainly the military aspect, right? It's a battle, Bunker Hill. We'll talk about the preparation, which is really the story of Bunker Hill in a very short phrase is essentially provincials went up onto the hill to fortify the hill. The British that next morning wake up, they see that the fortification is happening. They start trying to attack the hill. And they spend a good part of the day actually transporting troops from Boston over to Charlestown, over the water, right? So they do this big water landing. And then they do a flank attack. They try and take the hill by surprising the Americans. It fails miserably. And the elite troops of the British Army are actually crushed in that particular engagement. And then, of course, there's the famous, what you've probably all seen in pictures, you know, the 3 waves of British soldiers going up a hill, don't fire until you see the whites of your eyes kind of thing, right? So we're going to represent all those. We're going to do them as vignettes essentially throughout the day. They're not all going to happen at once, which will give folks the most opportunity to kind of engage and see things in different areas of the park. I'll show that on the map in a minute, but that's kind of the idea. So these are the 4 sort of military oriented programs. We plan to run essentially the same program both days. So if somebody can't make it the first day and still see the same activities. In addition, we're going to run a series of civilian programs. The other aspect of this is Boston was under siege. So Boston was an occupied city by the British during the Battle of Bunker Hill. And the port had been shut down. So essentially there were civilians trapped in the town. There was also a large American army that was surrounding Boston and laying siege to Boston following Lexington and Concord, right? So militia came and did that. And amongst all that, lots of civilians. And so we're going to run a number of programs demonstrating the life and times of those folks who would have been under siege, who are not necessarily military soldiers. So another big aspect of what we're going to be bringing to the event. Rough idea of schedule. Apologize, it's not super pretty, but just to give you an idea, generally the idea is that, you know, on Friday, the organizers, we'd arrive and start laying things out. I'll show you what that means in a minute. In the afternoon that day, the participants, so we're expecting somewhere around 700 reenactors from up and down the East Coast to come participate and provide the living history as part of this program. They will camp on site over the weekend is the plan. So they will come and set up their camps, and I'll show you where that is as we go forward here. On on Friday evening, we're doing a reception, a VIP reception on site. And then on Saturday, the plan is you can see the program. These are essentially the programs I just highlighted, but just laid out into a schedule, right? One big aspect that we are doing for this event is we do want to represent the maritime element. So we are planning on having 3, I think, at this point, vessels.
There's going to be 4 or 5 schooners firing on the beach now.
Really?
Yes.
So they'll be.
Doing what?
Cannon, just shooting their small cannons.
Yeah,
towards
making
the beach.
noise.
They're not actually.
Essentially,
fire.
no
Yeah.
candles.
Yeah.
No-
There's
no
puffs of
live
smoke,
ammo.
something like that, but that's the scene.
Yeah. And they'll be doing that while we're building the redoubt. I'll show you that concept in a minute as well. In addition, there will be small boats that will later in the day ferry the British soldiers. We're gonna kind of recreate that. They're really gonna just come from one part of the park to the other part of the park, but it'll be telling that story. And then we'll have the main actions in the afternoon that you see here. So there's the flank attack and the main assault. We'll repeat essentially the same thing on Sunday. There will be lots of little programs in between here that happen throughout the park. And again, show you a map of that in a second. And then on Sunday, post events at 3 o'clock, the whole thing we would end the public activities and really start the breakdown and clean up and get everything out of there. All right, let me jump to let's jump actually. So let me show you a map because I'm very visual. So hopefully this will help for you as well. So what we've done is we've kind of laid out a few areas. One is there are all day long activity areas. So for example, if you look in the lower left, there are 2 camping areas. That's where we're proposing having the American provincials and the British or regulars camp. I'll show you a picture of what that camp kind of looks like typically. These groups do military, events like this all the time. So they camp in 18th century military tents and they set up an 18th century military camp, which is a fairly highly structured, laid out type of camp. The other white box you see there at the top is where we're planning on doing sort of our marketplace. That's where the civilians and 18th century settlers or interpretive kind of folks will be on an ongoing basis. And then the 3 red areas are really the main military areas. So you can see the landing zone, which is, I always screw that. Moon. Thank you, Half Moon. I always screw that up. Half Moon Beach, which is where we're planning on doing the small boats coming in and landing on the beach, and the regulars will get off and it'll be an interpretive activity. You can see where it says Battle of Breeds Hill. The white line is a very crude representation of a redoubt that we're planning to put in place. I'll show you kind of some thoughts of how we want to do that, which will represent the thing that the Americans fortified, right? So that as we go to do the reenactment in the afternoon, we'll represent that. In the morning, they'll be representing the building of that redoubt. And then the last one on the lower side here on Cressy Beach is really where we're going to do the flank attack, the attack on the rail fence, which was another big part of the battle. That's where the elite troops on the British side got crushed early in the battle by the New Hampshire troops. So those are the areas that we're talking about leveraging for the program. I'm going to show you some pictures, but before I do that, let me pause. Are there any questions? I know I'm just like saying a lot, so.
Where the large vessels are gonna be staged?
Off from, see where it says attack on the rail fence right there? At the bottom, off from Cressy, they're gonna be just, south of that, if you will.
Just south of that?
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're visually available to the
From the
audiences
beach?
from the beach.
Okay. Okay. Just be aware that's a very
Very
rocky,
rocky area,
dangerous area.
yeah. You don't want shipwrecks? Okay, just noted, thank you.
Other questions so far?
Is the
Yeah.
marketplace gonna have food to sell to the public?
The 18th century people will not be selling anything to the public at all, or
Okay.
any food to the public of that sort.
Yeah.
We have talked about,
Yeah, I'll get into that. We have vendors coming. We'll be down by the cupboard, outside the cupboard. Like, right now, they're all local vendors, but if anyone comes that doesn't have a permit.
Yeah,
I'll be
sure.
seeing it. Yeah.
I want a complete list.
Yeah.
Once you have that.
Yeah,
available.
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
all right, and a couple other things, just visually, to give you some ideas. The upper left-hand side, I mentioned a camp. It won't be quite this big, but that's, hopefully you can get an idea. Those are the tents that the reenactors would sleep in. We would put those down that lower, just the other side of the road from the covered area field, right? And they'd be back to back. 2 other things to mention. They do cook, so they will have fire. The intent is to have fires. The way we would do that, as you see in the lower right-hand side, we build these cooking fire boxes. They're basically a wooden box that's filled with sand. The fire would sit on top of that, and at the end of the weekend, we would scoop that out. And then for the last piece, I guess to mention, just to be clear, for the redoubt at the top of the hill, what we're planning on doing is, that's probably not the best representation. We basically want to build a wall. And the way the wall we're intending it to work is put down ground fabric, excuse me. We will take hay bales behind that and some dirt and pile it up on top. It'll all sit on the ground cloth. We'll use it during the battle, so it should look like a wall, based on what we've done in the past, but it makes it super easy to remove. And we have folks who will come in, remove the dirt, remove the hay bales, et cetera.
I'm just gonna interrupt a second.
Please.
We have a contractor a landscape under contract to clean everything up. And we're getting a bond to cover any damage that does happen. And it's gonna be filter fabric underneath all of this, so it shouldn't hurt the grass at all.
And then I think the last thing, I missed anything big?
I don't think so.
Okay, we were also talking, possibly, there were a couple of horse mounted riders who did riding during the battle. So we do have a couple of volunteers who could bring a couple of horses to do that. So if that were also okay, we would propose that as well.
And the plan is they won't go on the ball field at all.
Yeah.
They'll go up around the road and be on hard dirt all the time, so there shouldn't be any damage from the horses.
That's
It's not like they'll be galloping all over the place.
right.
It just is lookouts, I understand, and it's just two horses.
Yeah.
It's just two horses.
Up by where the redoubt is.
And I had talked to Joel Aceto about it, and he wanted me to bring it up at the meeting, but he seemed okay with it. He just wanted to have it be presented at the meeting.
You have somebody to clean up after the horse?
Yes.
The horse
yeah,
is self-clean.
yes.
so.
Absolutely.
Speaking from experience.
You don't want to volunteer for that?
Probably one of us following it around with it.
Yeah.
That's,
I think we've covered I'm trying to think if we've missed anything.
so Rico's really helping us on all the logistics, because he's knows what's involved, so we've been working on the porta potties, the dumpsters, the bringing in the dirt and taking out the dirt, the
Yeah.
landscaper. I think those were the remote parking.
Yes, I actually have a
shuttles.
list of remote parking, but a lot of the schools, factories, businesses, I've gone around and got permission to park overnight and everything. There's a couple I'm still waiting to hear back on that. I haven't been able to contact the owners. We have Cater shuttle buses. We have Beauport ambulance is providing us whatever buses they need, the mini buses they have. There's a possibility we're gonna have a train come out of Boston and stop at the West Gloucester station. I don't know, it hasn't been confirmed. yet.
No, we're still
Yeah.
negotiating.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we'd have a bus specifically bringing people right from the train station to the, so.
And I can say I've spoken to a number of other organizations, both in Charlestown and in other communities in Massachusetts that are renting buses to bring people from their community to the event. So we do have that consideration to
Okay,
keep
yeah,
in mind as well.
Why the West Gloucester, not the downtown?
You don't want to deal with the bridge. That's the main reason.
So obviously this event's gonna require extensive public safety component.
Yeah.
That's gonna be expensive. Is that discussed on your end?
When I had talked to you in this building last year, I think it was before the end of the year. Yeah, and that's why I got prices from you, just so everyone's.
It's gonna be like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like the Fiesta,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we wrote down.
Yeah.
Command post with us and them.
Yeah, that's what.
An
you presented
ambulance.
To me, we talked about it, yeah.
You know, we'll have
Yeah.
the gators, the whole nine yards.
So for parking lot attendants, I have a bunch of the mass mutters. We're all radio equipped. We'll be talking back and forth. I'm considering bringing in ham radio operators also just to be at locations. To communicate, so we can communicate
Yeah,
all
you can do that.
together.
They do that for the Arbors.
Right,
so
yeah.
you'll be fine.
So we'll probably have to have like a little sit
Yeah, no
down.
problem.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
You
want to
know,
have a few meetings once we.
With us.
I have a pretty good plan.
yeah, I know.
Probably do it just like we did with the
Yeah,
Fiesta, we'll
yeah.
have a little
Yeah.
powwow
River
beforehand.
Fest. The River Fest.
Like we do with
Yeah,
Fiesta,
same type
little
of thing.
powwow.
And we met with like the veterans group, and we're trying to recruit volunteers, so it might be good once we have a good number of volunteers in place to let them kind of sit in on maybe a safety briefing or something.
Are any road closures required?
The
for
only
this?
thing we're gonna do is we talked about making Howe Ave one direction,
Yeah,
coming in from the Little League field and exiting out at the other end.
okay.
Just because there's gonna be so many people crossing that road and everything that I think the less traffic we have would be a lot safer.
So how have to
Yeah.
say that what you just said again?
So
To
How
western,
Ave to-
west.
from the
Western
Little
Ave.
League field.
West Ave to West Ave.
Okay,
Yeah. To the cupboard end, I guess you could put it.
And then once
so
we
we'll
got
send
there-
this to P and D.
Yeah, I figured that.
Was that just during battles though, or was that?
No, they'll
I
probably.
think we decided,
Full
yeah.
time.
And that would
Originally
be
we said during the
from June
conference.
21st through June 22nd.
Yes, yeah,
But otherwise, everything's open and working lots.
Everything's
Right.
open,
Yeah, we-
there's no-
Yeah, we're not gonna close, we don't need parking closed or anything.
Right.
And you probably already heard my spiel about the vendor permits. if
Yeah,
people are
yes, yeah.
signing up.
yeah.
And insurance.
Uh,
Has
yes,
that already been
yes.
uploaded? or-
No, I haven't done it because it's gonna be off of Essex Heritage's.
Well, I think the reenactors all have their insurance.
All the units, so we have about 20 units coming. They all have $1 million liability policies.
And the
It's a
city has to be
requirement
named in that, I assume.
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes, additionally
Exactly.
insured,
Yeah, so
yeah.
have
I
to be
suggest do
insured.
that with. all
Okay,
of
yeah,
them.
we'll follow up on that,
Okay.
whatever that language needs to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you what,
Oh, that
what it has to be.
Okay.
You know, and we're talking to our insurance to see if there's anything else that we need, any kind of overlay on that, but I think it's mostly.
Yeah.
Reenactors with insurance.
Well, I mean, I think it's such a big event, it's on public land, it's a big economic development driver, so it'd be appropriate for the city to provide assurance for anything that your insurance doesn't cover. So as a secondary.
Yeah, we typically cover a standard commercial liability, if someone gets hurt
Mhm.
because of something we do kind of thing, and that's what's covered, so if there's something additional,
I think
let
that's
us know, you know.
what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring up one other thing too. The night before, the Friday night before, we're having a, I guess you could call it a small reception party at the visitor center on the deck for 75 to possibly 100 people with a caterer. Just so everyone's aware of that's happening also.
Will there be alcohol served?
Yes, and they're all,
That caterer will either have to be a 12C caterer.
He is.
Or you were going to have
Yeah.
to get a one-day liquor license.
yeah, no, they are. It's Burnham's Catering as of right now. So.
And then tell your caterer to connect with me
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
awesome, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Are you ready for a vote?
Sure.
Motion for accept special event 24-72 Battle of Bunker Hill, June 21st and 22nd, 2025.
Next second.
Rain or shine.
But this was on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, correct?
It is the
Well, the
Saturday,
reception is
Friday.
just Friday.
No one's
Uh,
sleeping overnight.
no,
nothing's
I don't
gonna
know
get set up
whether-
Friday night.
Yes.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so let me
It's just
clarify.
Friday.
So the reenactors will come, the plan is to have reenactors come in Friday afternoon. They would stay over Friday night because the program starts first thing
We should
Saturday.
probably amend that then. It
So-
should be on the
Yeah.
So
20th.
sorry, yeah.
I was gonna bring that up when you were mentioning.
Oh, okay.
Got to do it, yeah.
From
Yeah.
9 AM, are we looking at, well, what time?
For the public to.
No, so
Oh.
June 20th.
Oh,
So you should probably say like 2 o'clock,
Noon?
they would get there, or noon time.
Noontime on Friday.
Noontime on
It's called,
Friday?
I see what you're asking, yeah.
And then they'd be done on Sunday.
Yeah, and
by-
actually, we wouldn't have all the
5:65.
hay bales and material out till Monday, probably at least noontime, so I don't know if you need to include that.
The breakdown.
But there won't be any-
The breakdown.
The final. clean.
Yeah.
Like we'll do a bunch of it Saturday afternoon, but there'll probably be, we're gonna have some trucks come in to do some things.
So all the people will leave on Sunday, but you're saying.
Yes, yeah, it would
That
just
will
be the
over,
workers
but
would
there's
be
a
there.
few cleanup
Yeah.
things that probably.
Okay, so it's not like the event is over. right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I always
Okay, yeah.
anticipated, because we.
And is the
Blues
road,
Fest, we bring the
is,
stage
is
down.
Howe Ave opening up after 5 on
Yes,
each of these
yes,
days?
yeah, as soon as the event's over, whenever the police detail decides it's safe to do it.
So I interrupted you, Ms.
Yeah,
Kim, so
that's
you
okay,
can
we'll
make your.
start over again.
Sorry, Tom.
Make a motion to accept special event 24-72 Battle of Bunker Hill on June 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 2025.
I second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. The motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
So yeah, we'll have to reach out to you guys.
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
get close.
Yeah.
We'll get that whole thing made.
Yeah.
Probably bring those.
Like Kevin said, he's got a whole plan.
Yeah.
I sent that right.
Oh, you've
Yeah,
already
yeah, I
sent
already
it
have it,
out?
yeah.
Side of it.
Okay,
But we'll go over, we need to go over.
Yeah,
everything
right,
anyway, so.
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
that's at least the fire side.
Yeah.
The police.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it a nice little thing.
It'll be great.
Probably at least a couple of meetings.
Yeah, yeah.
Next on the agenda is special event number 25-6, St. Peter's Fiesta to be held June 25th through the 29th, 2025.
All right,
Myself and Joe Navarro and Anthony Cusmato, we submitted a letter. Special events committee, will be held June 25th through June 29th. Wednesday through Sunday evening. Our schedule is just about the same as it's been the other years. We have the same amusement company who brings in the vendors. He knows we've already spoke to him. He's got to get the permit within a month, so before the event. We've already talked with the police department and the police department and fire department representatives beginning of the week of last week.
So we talk a little bit more about the vendors. The vendors are going to be within the area of the Fiesta. But then I think in the past, sometimes people have wanted to vend outside of the area of Fiesta, and there's been an issue with that.
Well, what we do is the amusement company will get permission or rent property, just between him and like from Oak and Ember,
Mhm.
their parking area, and they have a few vendors there. When we apply for the permits, I believe from P&D, asking permission to use certain areas, we
Yes.
go from Mansfield Way, which is that little alleyway next to Vigilio's.
Mhm.
It goes down to Roger Street. From that line all the way down into St. Peter's Square, all right, up to the former Chamber of Commerce building.
Yeah.
All right, that's the area that we get permission to use. And that's where the amusement company comes in. But we also have a few vendors of our own, and they're usually city vendors to use along Stacy Boulevard.
Mhm.
Right, we don't come any closer than 50 feet from the fisherman statue, all right, which we don't have that many, there's only probably maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 at the most. And they go towards what Foster Tavern. And those people are through us who get their permits from the city and all that.
Okay.
ahead of time. It's the same, we've been doing this same thing for several years, and all of our vendors know that they have to get that, so.
And that's you're asking for just for P&D's sake, when I pull that together for them, you're asking for the exact same road closures that you asked for in the past.
Exactly.
Okay. And what about insurance? Does this,
We have insurance, we have the city listed,
okay,
okay, yeah.
As well as the amusement company too.
Anything else? Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
So we also had a couple of events, at least one that we did last year, ball hockey. It's up that thing, it's just north of where they are, obviously, or above them, which is gonna take place on June 19th. It's a one-day event. It's basically 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders from the 4 schools that they pulled from. We did it last year. Police department volunteers helped us out a little bit with taking care of some of it. And it's a great little event. We're working with Carl Ellis Jr., who runs that ball hockey rink up there. And it's just basically starts about 10 in the morning, I think it
10 in
is,
the morning till
and ends about
2
2 in the afternoon.
but you said that's on the 19th, so it's a
On the
separate
19th.
event.
It's before that. It's part of Fiesta events, but it's actually run before that. So there's no way to have them at the same time.
It's a holiday too, so.
Yeah,
It's the reason why we pick it, is
Yeah.
because kids are at school.
Yeah.
So our goal in the next few years, and it has been for a while,
is to get as many kids involved in Fiesta as possible, obviously to make sure that they're not left out of this, and there's something
Right.
for them, and it's something they can look forward to.
I just feel like that's a separate event. Even though it's tied to Fiesta.
I know they have tournaments and stuff up there all the time, this doesn't go through Seac.
Right,
We actually do work with that, with Cape Ann
Sure.
Youth Hockey Group.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it just-
So they're the ones that actually do the organizing for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
Cause they use the high school too, they have a soccer event that happens at the high school that's never on Seac as well.
I would think they would, if they organize it with whoever's running the rink,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's really
nothing to do with
Seac.
that, that's right.
We just want full disclosure, we'll make sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There is a possibility that we may have a youth soccer tournament through the Cape Ann Youth Soccer Organization. Right, and they'll have that, I believe,
Magnolia.
Magnolia Woods.
Yeah, that's got nothing
I don't
to do with
trust
that.
And again,
I'd say that's got nothing to do with that.
That's nothing to do with us anyway.
We just wanna make sure you guys know
Nope.
where it is, so.
Absolutely.
Again, it's for kids and it's, we haven't picked a date for that yet, or whether it's firmed up or not yet. So
So
we don't run it, we run it through youth soccer or youth hockey.
Just curious, do you charge tickets for that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so it's free, all right.
Free, completely free.
Yeah, I'll connect with you at some point, but there's a group that forms up from Union Shopping. Maybe we can talk about.
Sure.
Sign up.
Okay. Oh, we didn't do that yet?
I'll send you a little internal thing you can get.
I was hoping to cancel.
All right, got 11 days.
So are there any other questions? If not, are we ready for a vote?
Special event 25-6 St. Peter's Fiesta, June 25th through 29th, 2025.
I second
Any discussion on the approval? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. The motion passes. So this is gonna go to P and D, as will your request for the use of the land.
Yeah.
And that's anticipated to go to P and D on March 5th. I just wanted to put everything together at the same time, so we only have to go to one meeting.
Do you have a time yet for that?
It'll be, P and D starts at 5:30.
Okay.
Yep.
Tuesday,
City, no, P and D is at City Hall
It's
now.
gonna be a city hall,
Yeah.
okay. All right. I do have one question for the police and fire. Are you, or either one of you gonna be checking with owners of Charlie's property for your,
Yeah, I'll send them an email to see if
okay,
we're gonna be able to use that.
I'll have to get power. up for you.
The
I don't think it's
placeholder
changed
set.
hands or anything, so we should be.
I don't think.
No, it hasn't changed hands.
Anything more, right?
It's still the same people, so shouldn't be a problem.
Shouldn't be a big deal.
And let me know if they can get hot done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will give them something just because of everything.
Next up is special event number 25-11, Antonio Gentile Bandstand Summer Concert Series to be held on July 6th, July 13th, July 20, July 27, August 3rd, August 10th, August 16th, and August 24th, with rain dates on the following Wednesdays. Is the applicant here? So the applicant is not here. Is the committee comfortable with moving forward with this?
Yeah, this is something that's been going on for, I don't know, 15,
Forever.
20 years, I don't even know how long.
There aren't, it's
Okay,
just the
so-
bandstand, so there's no road
Yeah,
closures.
no road closures, doing nothing, just they use the bandstand and if it rains on Sunday, they have it on a Wednesday.
Did we not talk about the Fiesta 5K? Was that kind of?
Yeah, we missed the 5K.
Oh, yeah.
Number 6.
Oh, we'll get to that next. Sorry.
Go ahead, all right.
So. This is start. The applicant for the bandstand has not paid the permit fee at this time, and where the applicant is also not here, should we continue this to
Sure,
the next meeting?
We can-
Right.
we got time on that one.
Good.
All right, so this matter is being continued to the next special events meeting. Next is special event number 25-7, St. Peter's Fiesta 5K, Glen T. McLeod YMCA on June 26, 2025. Is the applicant here?
Carol.
Carol, yeah,
Carol.
okay. Hi, Carol.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Right, so, oh, okay. Carol, you messaged the system online asking if you could send a check, and I didn't see that. So has that check been sent for this application, or are you still waiting for a response from me?
No, I got a response and I put in the PO for the check to be sent.
Okay, all right. So, can you just introduce yourself and explain a little bit about your application?
Sure. Carol Meyer, I'm Director of Donor Relations for the YMCA of the North Shore, and I'm the road race coordinator, have been for the last 7 or 8 years. The road race has many, many years, and there's no changes to the race.
Any vendors or road closures?
The road closures are usually rolling. As the runners go down, the police usually just kind of go ahead and close the road and then open up as they can. The bridge obviously has to be closed. And last year, because we had so many runners, we had over 1,500 runners. I did have someone up at the top of the hill on Huff Ave by the parking lot so that cars wouldn't come up and over the hill where runners were lining up. So that closed at like 6:10, I think, last year.
And how long did it stay closed for?
Until the runners left, so maybe 6, the run, it goes off at 6:30, 6:40 at the latest.
We've never required them to get a road closure on that. It's just the police control it and open it as necessary.
Okay. And you have insurance for this?
Yes, we renew at the end of April, so I'll be sending you the new one as soon as I get it.
Any questions from the committee? You ready for a vote?
You have a vote to approve special events 25-7, St. Peter's Fiesta 5K, June 26, 2025.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you very much.
Block party.
All right, next up is special event number 25-3, Main Street Block Parties, July 12th and August 9th and 29th, 2025. Is the applicant here? The Greater Cape
Joanne
Ann
Pepin.
Chamber.
Hi, Grace. This is Joan Michelle Pepin from the.
Hi. Can you tell us a little bit about your event, please?
Sure. These are the Main Street block parties that we hold annually with, in partnership with the city. There are 3 events, one on July 12th, August 9th, and August 29th. So 2 Saturdays and a Friday night. We asked for Main Street to be closed between 5 and 10 p.m. And the party goes from 6 to 9:30ish. We do include food vendors and nonprofits. There sometimes are a few transient vendors selling goods down by the east end. What's the west end?
West End.
West end, I'm sorry, of Main Street. We asked for the street to be closed between Pleasant Street and Short Street on Main. And we asked for barricades on the streets that come come to it. DPW is very familiar with how we do it. They've been doing it for many years.
So the exact same closures that you needed last year.
Yes, exactly the same.
And you'll have your transient vendors do the transient vendor applications through the
Yeah,
city.
there's usually less than a handful, but yes, I would get those to you early on.
Okay. And is this, do you have insurance for this?
I believe we do. I know that it's co-sponsored by the city. I'm not familiar if we normally get a separate insurance, but I certainly can look into that.
Alex, are you aware if this is something that would be covered by city insurance?
Yeah, I believe so.
See ya. Okay. So do we need a separate insurance policy or not? I mean, I know it's covered on our general events at the chamber, but do you need me to upload something, naming the city as additionally insured?
Please.
Okay.
Any other questions from the committee? We have a motion?
Motion to approve special event 25-3 Main Street Block Parties, July 12th, August 9th, and August 29th, 2025.
I second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Next up is special event number 25-4 Gloucester Lobster Crate Race held on July 26, 2025. This is the one that was Joe Parody, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the applicant is not able to be here for this, but he did inform me today that it's the same as last year.
Sorry, Jim, what would you give
That's right. This is interesting. That 250 at the door, the whole, logging in.
So.
Yeah.
If we're comfortable moving forward with
Yep.
that, we
Yeah.
can get a motion.
Motion to accept special event 25-4 Gloucester Lobster Crate Race, July 26, 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. Next is special event number 25-2 Gloucester Waterfront Festival to be held August 15th through 17th, 2025. And I think that was.
That's the chamber again. Here we are. Okay.
All right. So can you just explain, is this the same as last year? Any changes to this application? Like to how you?
Yeah, there are no changes. This is the 40th year of the Gloucester Waterfront Festival. Same as usual, set up on Friday. Then the 2 days of the event would be Saturday and Sunday, August 16th and 17th, set up on August 15th, which is Friday. And the event goes 8 to 6 on Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday, which is consistent with what they normally do.
And are roads being closed for this?
No, there is the breakfast in the morning, the Rotary Pancake Breakfast at the same time. And there is a lot of traffic. We have asked that we could make it one way, but I don't think that's been approved. Or at least the first half of the first day.
We can do that like on the fly, doesn't
Yeah.
definitely require pre-approval.
Okay. All right.
Would we talk to DPW about that or the police or?
Police.
Okay, very good. We'll do that.
All right, and then you know the drill for the vendors, the transient vendors.
Yes, we do.
Okay, we need to get those in.
It's the same fair people, Terry and
Yes, it's Castleberry Fairs is
Yeah.
hosting the event, yes.
you got it together, so yeah.
All right,
She'll have all the right permits.
Never have a problem.
is there any further discussion on this? Motion to approve?
Yes. Make a motion to approve a special event 25-2 Gloucester Waterfront Festival, August 15th through the 17th, 2025.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. The motion passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next is special event number. Oh, there, I need it. Special event number 24-73, Blackburn Brewfest, to be held September 13th, 2025. I think so.
Okay. Here we are for the chamber again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this event will be the same as last year. This would be our third successful event, and it will be rain or shine. And I believe you have all the details, expecting we hope around 1,500 visitors, and there will be 20 to 30 breweries represented. Would you have more questions about that? I know it's a fairly new event.
No, I see you have merchandise vendors to be determined, but it's the same rigmarole for the transient vendors that you would need for this event.
Right.
And
All your beer vendors will need to have a 1-day liquor license.
Yes, I think we applied for 1 license for that.
Is it gonna be fenced in again?
Yes, it will be.
Okay.
no road closures, correct?
No road closures.
And you have insurance for this?
Yes.
All right.
I haven't uploaded anything yet because we usually apply for the liquor license after the permitting for the space. And then we would upload all of that additional information.
Okay.
Stage 1.
Are there any
That might be,
questions?
Or court, lower area.
Can we have a
after-
motion
after
to
they-
approve?
Motion to approve special event 24-73 Blackburn Brewfest, September 13th, 2025.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Next is special event number 25-5 Gloucester Community Safety Day, to be held on September 27th, 2025. Again, the applicant is not able to be here, but it is my understanding that everything is the same as it was last year. So this will go to P&D for road closures, and I presume the road closures are going to be the same as they were last year.
Alex.
Right. Are there vendors at that?
I think so.
Safety Day, it's like the taco guy,
There'll be a couple of
Food vendors.
yeah, just the local ones, I think.
So food vendors, not
Yes.
merchandise vendors.
No.
Okay.
Merchandise and they'll
All right.
give things away for free.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve special event 25-5 Gloucester Community Safety Day, September 27th, 2025.
I second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. The motion passes. Next is special event number 25-9, City of Gloucester Halloween Party, October 18th, 2025, with a rain date of October 25th, 2025. Hi.
Hi.
So can you explain your event a little bit?
So this is the annual city Halloween party that we have had up at Stage Fort for the last, I don't know,
3 years.
3 years. It's a free event for all the children. We have a DJ and just games and things like that, costumes.
Flames,
What's that?
flames.
Not this year.
Hopefully.
I have one popcorn machine. What do you guys?
There's a touch a truck and a hayride, haunted hayride also. It's all part of it.
Any road closures for this
No,
and any merchandise vendors?
no,
Do me a favor, pull a permit for the stages.
Yeah, I will.
please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did last year. Didn't I?
No.
I did for that one? Oh. Well, the mayor gave me permission.
Any further discussion? Is there a motion?
Motion to accept special event 25-9, City of Gloucester's Halloween Party, October 18th, 2025, with a rain date of October 25th, 2025.
And that's to approve.
And I second.
To approve.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. Thank you. You're welcome. Next is special event number 24-71, Happy Holidays Half Marathon and 5K on December 7th, 2025. Is the applicant here?
So this is fun.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
So can you explain where this race is happening?
You bet. We host the Happy Holidays Half Marathon and 5K at Good Harbor Beach. I just looked, this is our 13th year doing the event. It starts and finishes at the beach parking lot and heads into Rockport. So the opening mile is in Gloucester, and then it heads into Rockport for most of the miles, and then the closing mile comes back into Gloucester to finish at the same parking lot. We don't have any vendors for the event, but we do rent a tent. So we'll pull a building permit for the tent, and we'll have porta potties brought in and a dumpster for trash removal as well.
And no road closures for this, right?
Correct.
And you'll upload your certificate of insurance if you haven't already?
Yes, I haven't done that yet. The insurance renews on November 1st. So about 5 weeks before the race, I'll get the new updated version.
Right. Any questions from the committee? Motion to approve?
Motion to approve special event 24-71, Happy Holidays Half Marathon and 5K, December 7th, 2025.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Was 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent. The motion passes. Thank
Thanks
you
so
very-
much. I appreciate it.
would like to point out 25-1
Warren.
as well for the sequential.
It was because I missed your application and had to stick you at the end.
Quite all right.
It was kind of annoying to me too.
By the endurance test.
Right, well, yeah, this is the easy part.
All right, next is special event number 25-1, Gloucester Sprint Triathlon to be held on August 3rd, 2025.
Well, hello, thanks for having me and entertaining the idea. My name is Jeff Smith. I'm the race director and founder of Outsider Endurance, a regional multi-sport production company. This will be our 6th event in the New England area, focused mainly on endurance triathlon. The course has been submitted. I was approached by, I would consider a prominent member in the town to bring this event back. I have no affiliation with a prior triathlon of any kind that might have been here. I'm not even sure the year they were here last, but I have no affiliation with that whatsoever. My goal is to make this a reoccurring annual event in the city, and with hopes of partnering in some capacity to donate to the Gloucester Fishermen's Athletic Association to help offset access fees for students in the Gloucester community. It is a for-profit event, to be clear about that. Yeah, I'm open to any types of questions.
What areas? I didn't look at the map.
So Stageport Park, we would be requesting Hal Ave closed from 7 to 11. Athletes would leave Stageport, go have a turn by turn actually. And some maps if you'd like. Breakdown timeline, some maps. Yeah, sorry, they're kind of.
It looks like the bike route goes around Magnolia, Essex Ave.
Correct, it's a two loop, kind of a 1.5 loop thing where it goes on Western, turns right on Magnolia to Essex to what is it, Kent Circle back into Howe, and then goes up, turns left onto Magnolia, then I think Norman back around to come back to the park.
How many miles is the bike?
13.1.
It's around 5.
3.1, 5K. 5K. Swim is around 0.3 of a mile.
Where is this?
Half Moon. It's a
run gonna be?
I'm sorry.
The run?
Run's gonna be down by
The
that.
run is all contained inside of Stageport or on the
Okay.
paths along the water.
Oh, I got it.
So there wouldn't be any obstruction of traffic, no crossing the bridge, nothing like that.
Right. So yeah, the run goes down to the bridge. I got it.
Oh, okay.
What he uploaded. You already
Yeah,
talked to
no,
him?
I already talked to him. Yeah, we're gonna have an ambulance there. We discussed and talked to him on the phone. But there.
So all of our events are sanctioned by USAT as well. So to answer the insurance question, of course, we provide a COI for that. There will be no food prepared. We would have, store-bought like bananas or packaged things, but nothing at temperature or anything, no alcohol on site. We would have tents, plenty of those. I would say probably 7, 8 tents. They're all 10 by 10.
One 10 permit would be fine. Just how many, what sizes?
We, for water safety, we have a head lifeguard. Thank you very much. We have a head lifeguard for that. Obviously, I would hope to work with Harbor Master, Coast Guard as well. Mainly some help for the buoys. I don't know if that's something we can discuss with you guys or the station next door, but our setup would be on the 2nd from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nobody's staying overnight. We would contract porta potties in and trash removal. Everything is provided. We have our own barricades. Everything is done in-house by our staff.
How many lifeguards are you gonna have in the water?
So we have 1 per 25 people that are entering the water is our requirement by USAT.
Okay.
So let's say it's a 500 per, that'd be what, 20, all 500 are not in the water at the same time. Our first swimmer will take about 5 minutes to finish at 0.3 of a mile. Our last will take 18 to 20. We cycle them in we do 1 mass start for the elite, which is probably 15, 20 people. And then after that, it's 2 every 10 seconds or 5 seconds, depending on how the flow goes. So it's spread out. So I would assume, let's say 500 people will be looking at about 18 lifeguards or so for the number of people in the water.
It would require some police details as
Yes.
well, which we want to talk about as we get closer.
We do try to make most of the courses right-hand turns. However, it's a very worthwhile expense for police details to keep the athletes safe, for sure. Our volunteers that would be course marshals directing have, can't, do anything with traffic anyway, so we would appreciate any police details right now.
And you said Hop Ave was being closed from 7 AM to 11 PM? Did I hear
It's
that
11
right?
AM, so a 4-hour
11
window there. Right.
Oh,
Totally closed, is that for the?
Yeah, we would have bikes using that, so, the way that it's broken down, runners would be in, if we're looking at it, water side. From an aerial view as we're looking at it, runners would access we'll call it southwest lane, I guess, I'm not sure, and then bikes would be going out towards Western Ave on the other side, so I think for safety purposes, it makes sense. We would also.
How are you gonna get all
So
the
they would be
people are
in,
gonna
nobody
be
can
there?
leave once the road's closed.
So everyone's gonna be there by 7 AM.
Correct.
Inside the parking lot.
Correct. So it would either there,
Parking lot too.
it should, we should come close there. The other secondary for overflow parking would be to try to coordinate with the high school, so have them park there. If that's something that's achievable and have them walk down.
You do wanna reach out to DPW or not?
Perfect, okay.
So what was the road closure from 7 AM to 11 AM?
Correct.
Yeah.
What day is this?
It's
On
a
a
Sunday, so that
Saturday?
would be kind of tough.
I mean,
Because I don't think you can shut the park off to
parking lot.
residents,
Right.
parking lot. If it's something where you're just getting the bike started for 20 minutes or so.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's, bikes will be coming through there. It won't be any different than the road, rest of the course is open. It would just.
No, but that's where the parking lot is
Sure.
that people
Yeah, the-
can
the
use.
rest of the public
It's not
can
gonna
use the
be
park.
closed for you guys.
No, I
You know what
understand.
I'm
I'm saying
saying?
just from our logistical point of how we would navigate safety. I don't see it's any different from having the rest of the road, the rest of the course is open, so so I guess a detail there to stop people from leaving out to stop bikes, but.
Right, just like when you say road closure from 7-11, like, I don't think it's gonna be feasible. 'cause,
Okay, that's, yeah.
I mean, we
we'll work
can
around it.
work with you and safely get your bikes out and stuff as they go out. So how many ways will those go in?
So all the bikes will be going out between, first bike will be on the road at 7:36 approximately. This is based on a similar race. And the last bike in would be 9:30, so we're looking at 2 hours of bikes on the road.
And they'll be going towards Magnolia, so.
They'll be going out that, the
So
top
you
end.
could,
Or
yeah,
to the
so you're
top.
going out the top.
The problem is the parking lot there.
Right,
You're
right.
gonna
We can't close the road, then people can't park and go to the beach.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So
And I
if we
don't
could
necessarily
open
open,
it
but
coming
no,
up the hill
yeah,
to the
yeah.
parking lot, it would.
I don't have an objection with the road, being open. We can,
We can figure that out. It just,
yeah.
yeah, tough to say we're closing the road from 7-11. That's
No problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the course is open, so
Right.
it's, we're gonna be dealing with traffic throughout the rest of the event anyway, so it's, we can definitely work around that for sure. Always, just be easier to
Whatever
request it,
capacity.
right?
Yeah,
Try for it,
absolutely.
Not sending this to
I
P&D.
would send it to P&D, no. 'cause
No,
I
that's
don't think they would even,
Yeah,
They'd say no.
Yeah.
they're gonna leave that on the discretion of you guys
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that short window and
right.
if you, especially if it sounds like they'll probably just close from,
Down
say, the
hill.
top of the hill, just after the parking
To the
lot
parking lot.
entrance, down past the covenant and up, so they can make that run up and out and not have to worry about, and the public will still be able to use the parking lot.
Right.
Right, so if you looked at this map, if I understand correctly, where the transition area block is.
Yeah,
So if the public access comes from this way, and we could, this is more of the this is where we have bikes kind of merging. between the
exactly, so
second
that
one,
would be the section we
Okay.
kind of limit to.
Understood. Thank you.
Are you having vendors?
So we'll have
merchandise
Marathon
vendors?
Sports will be a vendor. They'll get a permit, as I've heard mentioned
Yeah.
prior. But that's our only vendor. They would handle, it'd be the only POS system that would be being used, so.
And obviously, this is gonna be covered by your insurance.
Correct.
One thing, we have a half marathon coming through the city at the same time, but it's on the other side by Good Harbor.
Same day.
Same day.
Yeah.
But
The
it's
same,
the other
it's the
side.
same as the holiday one, they run from Good Harbor, they run out
Yeah,
to
it's a
Rockport,
short-
same
it's a short run.
same group of people, like, yeah.
I didn't look for that, for conflicting dates, so I don't know how. I missed
No,
that.
you'll be fine.
You'll be fine, it's on the other side.
You're on the other side of town, and
Okay.
most of it's gonna rain in Rockport, no.
How you doing?
See ya.
They're going the wrong way.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
No, she's here, I don't know.
Almost, I'm sorry.
There I got some of the t-shirts, so.
No,
Just getting
it
out of
was
school.
quite all right. Yeah.
Are there any further
Sandy, you got
questions?
anything to add? I mean,
I'll just add, I'm excited about the prospect of bringing the triathlon back. Obviously, logistically, it's a big challenge, and that's something we dealt with in the past. I think the proposed new route kind of eliminates one of the biggest headaches we dealt with in the past, which was the bridge closure. And that was a huge issue before, because we had to work with the state. It was a safety issue. So I think, you know, in talking to Jeff, the biggest hurdle we would be facing would be using the park and tying up the park for the early part of the day. But I think given the fact that we'd probably be looking at a pretty early start, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're packed and we're gone by 2, so at
Yeah.
the latest, so I mean, the event's over 10:30. I would say 11 AM is the last impact on the city.
Right, and you could even, I mean, one of the things you could look at doing too is wrapping part of the entry fee into paying for parking. So
yeah,
basically.
you missed that part.
Okay, you already talked about it, yeah.
You talked about you not getting the road closed.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you can deal with the police locally and they'll figure out a way to
Yeah,
more down was it covered, but we can't
Right.
shut the parking lot off.
yeah, understood. Okay, yeah. And then I think the big thing too is just providing more opportunities for outdoor recreation. I know that's been one of the big things for Gloucester. We've talked about as a vision for the city. And I'm a health teacher, a long time, you know, athlete and coach here, so there's nothing, I don't gain anything material or financially from this. I'm just here because I believe the more opportunities we have for young people to be active, for families to participate, it's one of those events where a lot of athletes have told me it was a race they really, really enjoyed and they wish we could bring back. I know there's mixed feelings about things like the cyclocross event, but there was another one, from my perspective, being a longtime athlete, we lost out on a great thing when we did away with that. It was something that brought in people from all over the world. It's one of those things that it's a lifelong Gloucester resident, makes you proud to have events like that in our city. And I think we need more of those things. And I think, you know, we live in such a special place. It's like just bringing people in. Jeff, when he came up here and saw the place, he's like, I can't believe nobody's doing a race here. It's so beautiful, you know? And it's like, I just want to bring that back. And I want more opportunities for kids to be active, to have more, you know, opportunities to do things outside, to take advantage of our natural resources. That's the reason I'm here, guys. Yeah, so. And I told Jeff too, I'd be happy to serve as liaison to him and to do a lot of footwork here in Gloucester to make it happen.
So parking at Stageport Park is going to require a parking permit or a parking pass for your athletes, just as
Okay.
long as they know that. I believe that's done online, the 1-day passes through the city.
Is there
website.
do you know the cost per park per like?
Sunday,
I know beaches went up, I don't know if
Yeah.
Stageport went up.
I think it's
I don't know.
$35 maybe.
You don't have to park there, there is other parks in the areas.
Right, high school
So-
club used, right? as well.
Yeah, with permission, the high school.
You just gotta talk to.
Yeah.
You should talk to the
Yeah.
DPW.
To do
Yeah.
with high school.
And that's the other thing too, Jeff, we'd have to look into, like, one of the ideas I proposed to Jeff, like in the past, through the GFAA. It was also a fundraiser to help offset user fees and stuff for kids. So I mean, whether we could do some local fundraising or, I don't know, that's just something that could be discussed.
For sure.
But I think once again, bringing it back to turning into a community event for everybody to enjoy and for the kids to be able to benefit from it as well. You know, I've got friends who are high school coaches down at Gloucester and stuff, and they said that would be something that their athletes would probably be able to help volunteer with. And just another good thing for the city, another positive thing for the city. That's the way I look at it. Logistically, a little bit more difficult than road race, but that's one of the reasons I got this guy to come down and check it out, because he he does a great job with his events. I was so impressed. I was like, hey, if there's a guy to do it, it would be just Smith. So, great job. Thank you. Good luck there.
Are there any other questions for the committee?
Oh, I just checked with the DPW, see if there's anything you can do. I mean, you already talked to them about the day, right? So-
Correct, yeah,
So
they've reviewed it, I talked to them last year before.
ask them about the parking, the parking lot.
Right, as well as the use of the high school.
Okay.
Parking lot,
Will do.
because they're the ones who are in charge of those.
Right.
And if you do that, maybe you can coordinate with Kate on shuttle.
Wow, these guys, they gotta warm up for the race anyway, so.
I was thinking by the time they walk, they're gonna be so.
No, that's their warm up.
They get tie and walk from the high school to state.
Yeah,
Four.
they
Shouldn't be-
should-
they shouldn't be in a-
They're fine.
Your motion?
Motion to approve special event 25-1 Gloucester Spirit Triathlon. August 3rd, 2025.
It's Gloucester
I second.
Sprint Trial.
Spirit.
Sprint.
Sprint.
I think.
All right, is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent.
I have one question, police detail cost wise, is that a 4-hour minimum?
It'll be a 4-hour minimum.
Do you have the rate, or is that very?
It's very within maybe $5 to $10. If you want to send me an email, I have one of the office women send you some breakdown of the
Will do.
price.
Looking forward to working with everyone, thank you.
But I think my email's on the application somewhere.
He can send you a message.
Yeah. Oh, if you want to send me a message through that.
Will do.
Yeah.
Do it quickly.
Within the next 11 days.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for.
Next is special event number 25-10, Gloucester Student Arts Festival to be held May 17th, 2025. Is the applicant here?
Hi there.
Hello. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your event, please?
Sure, there's a few of us on the call in different places. So Tony, do you want to start off or would you like us to?
We're gonna have them.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You can hear me now. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our application. We are asking for approval for the Gloucester Student Arts Festival for May 17th, 2025. This is the 3rd year that I'm the coordinator of the event. It's a day for us to offer a free event to the public to celebrate the visual, music, and performing arts of the Gloucester students pre-K through 12th grade.
Where does it take? Oh, O'Malley Middle School and Cape Ann Museum Green.
This year, we will be at the O'Malley Middle School. Years past, we've been downtown in front of City Hall. But due to the current renovations of the Sawyer Free Library and the Cape Ann Museum downtown, we'll be moving to the O'Malley Middle School campus with a secondary satellite at the Cape Ann Museum Green.
Oh, okay. On Poplar Street.
Yes,
Okay.
13 Poplar Street, exactly.
I see you have food vendors that you're going to be having.
Yep, we have food vendors confirmed, and I have already sent that information to Sophia Varias. So she's updated me with the current status for each of those vendors in terms of their permit. And there seems to be no issue. I just have to follow up with a couple of those vendors to ensure they get a day off permit.
And no merchandise vendors?
No merchandise vendors.
Okay. No road closures for this.
Nope, not this year.
You will upload your certificate of insurance, liability insurance? Is it?
Correct.
Oh. Submitted to the city. Yeah. All right, are there any other questions from anyone? Motion to approve?
Motion to approve special event 25-10 Gloucester Student Arts Festival, May 17th, 2025.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Vote is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 1 absent.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, we are adjourned at 3:24.